Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Bear. 100% a bear, which is like terrifying to say.
It's literally not about anyone else. It's just about me and what I want.
Pearl says your wife is an overweight 40-year-old who chose you after 15 years of doing God knows what.
And embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
Homemaker?
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Oh, girl, baby girl, don't even play.
Hey guys, it's Misha and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about modern day feminism. We're going to be taking a look at a video of a woman crying about how she's single, and we're also going to be talking about the man versus bear debate. But before we start, please make sure you are subscribed and have hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos.
Stop telling me I'm wrong. Literally convinced myself at this point, based on everything that everyone's telling me, my therapist, my family, my friends, that I'm just doing everything wrong. I'm healing wrong. I'm thinking wrong. It's literally not about anyone else. It's just about me and what I want. I'm successful. I'm independent. What more do I have to do to fix myself before I'm just allowed to be happy, before I'm allowed to meet this universe soulmate person that God supposedly has for me?
Well, you don't have to fix anything to be happy. You don't have to wait for that promotion or to win the lottery or to find your soulmate. You don't have to wait for that. You can choose to be happy right now. Fun fact. That doesn't mean you can't have that goal to meet the man of your dreams, to start your family, whatever. But it seems like she's waiting for permission to be happy. There are actually people in far worse situations who are not as privileged, who are actually much happier. That doesn't mean they can't pray for something else, have certain ambitions and goals, and want their life to look differently. That's fine. But in this moment, instead of focusing on your lack, you could actually focus on what you are grateful for, what you do have, and know exactly the kind of guy you're looking for. Because if the standards are too high, there's a reason that you can't find the guy of your dreams, right?
How much harder do I have to pray and manifest and wait? I feel like I'm being punished.
Manifest and pray?
All of my friends have their fiancés and their boyfriends and their husbands that they prioritize. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I've been left behind. And I really just want to find that person that matches my energy.
I think something to keep in the back of your head is, would you date someone like you? Would you date you? Hypothetically, right? If you saw that a man who you were thinking about dating has this video on his social media where he is setting up his phone and he is venting, like, is that an attractive quality to you? Is that something that you would be fine with? Maybe she is. Maybe that's fine with her. But I actually think that's part of the problem, that people get too comfortable online where we've kind of normalized things like oversharing and trauma dumping and treating these anonymous people who watch her videos as best friends. Oh, I'm really struggling right now. I'm manifesting and I'm praying and this guy's not showing up and I'm not happy because of it. Everyone's saying I'm doing everything wrong. I'm healing wrong. This is what my therapist says. In my opinion, that's kind of private, and I don't think other men, potential partners for you, would want a woman who is oversharing on the internet. Maybe a select few would be truly okay with this, but I think most people, man or woman, doesn't matter. They would want certain aspects of their relationship to be kept private. So you wouldn't want to date someone who you knew had this tendency to go online and start venting about it to random people on the internet. So I think that's part of the problem here. She says everyone around her saying she's doing everything wrong. Well, that's kind of a red flag if everyone around you is saying the same thing. Maybe they have a point, like maybe she's not stable, maybe something is going on and that's why she's struggling so much, but it's hard to say just based off of this one video. But I think the main problem here is that she's fallen victim to this narrative from the modern day feminists that you have to focus on yourself, you have to completely heal, whatever that means, and then you can pursue a relationship. The problem is, when are you going to be healed? When are you going to finish growing? Like, you never do, right? Like, life is about change. You're always going to be changing. You're always going to be learning new things and growing as a person. And the difference is that you can do that alone. And then when you're 50 and single, realize, oh no, should probably start looking for a man. Or you can work on yourself and grow with your partner. So I think that's the problem here too, is like the girl boss narrative. Oh yeah, work on yourself, focus on your career, be a girl boss. And then if convenient, if you want it, you can find a man, easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. No, like, it's gonna get harder with age. And if you want a family, if you want children, it's gonna be harder with age as well. And that goes for both men and women, but it's more of a struggle for women. It's just something to keep in mind. There's a common fear of men, and we saw this recently with the conversation surrounding the bear versus man debate. And if you don't know, this has been going on for a little while, where women were asked, hey, would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear? And most of them took that as the question being, would you rather be essayed by a man and then killed and then probably essayed again, or would you rather be mauled by a bear? maybe. So obviously most women said, well, of course the bear, because the bear might leave me alone.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Bear. Man is scary. With a bear.
What I've heard about bears, they don't always attack you, right? Unless you like fuck with them. So maybe a bear.
Oh, 100% a bear, which is like terrifying to say, but
I would say a man.
So yes, there are a lot of evil men out there. But also, bears are larger than men, they're faster, and hypothetically, if you were in the forest, right, wouldn't you rather be with another human, even if it's an evil man, where there's at least a chance of communication? Because when you're with a bear, you can't say, listen, bear, could you maybe not kill me? The bear's not gonna give a shit. Now, the man might not give a shit either, but I think logically, you got more hope with the guy. So I think man is the better choice.
If you ever see me fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear, help the bear!
Although bears aren't always going to attack you, some bears are really cool, actually. And fun fact, my name, Misha, like Medved, which in Russian is bear, so actually some of my family and friends call me Misha Bear. So let's not demonize all bears either. Wait a minute. You guys can be Misha Bears. Stop. My subscribers are Misha Bears. We're moving on to this speech, which has a lot of these modern day feminists upset as well.
The women who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
First of all, this is at a Catholic college. Almost all of them, right, have those Catholic values. So they are probably more excited for starting a family. And he also says most. So he's even saying maybe some of you are more excited about the career, but most of you are probably more excited about the family. Now, I also understand the argument of, well, why did he have to do this at the graduation?
I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker.
I think an argument can be made that it's a bit like if you were on Mother's Day, let's say, talking to a bunch of mothers and you said, wow, you guys are so amazing. Let's all celebrate Mother's Day, right? But your true purpose, that career, being a girl boss, it'd be a bit weird, right? Like the timing, the place, same thing here at the graduation. It's like, let's focus on academics since that's why you went to school. But it's at a Catholic college. So I think most people, most of the students there, most of the female students are probably in agreement. Probably have no problem with this. But the NFL, they issued a statement condemning this. Here, his views are not those of the NFL as an organization. The NFL is steadfast in our commitment to inclusion, which only makes our league stronger. Okay, congrats. What did he say that was so terrible?
Life begins when you become a wife and mother, skip ahead, that leans into her most important title of all, homemaker. You know, we're not going to unpack this from a PR standpoint, but I do want to let you know that the Kansas City Chiefs offer a therapist covered at 100%, both male and female, and I advise that you probably need to unpack that with both professionals.
Some of these feminists were very, very triggered by this, and people wanted him fired. I mean, why? If you don't agree with him, if you value your career more, great. He's not saying you can't do that. Now, on the other side of things, I do want to talk a little bit about what Pearl was saying on X, in case you weren't aware of that. And with Pearl Davis, you know, I feel like she does say a lot of true things. She does recognize the issues that we see in society, especially when it comes to marriage. Much like Andrew Tate, right? He says some true things. And then the proposed solution, that's where they kind of lose me. Pearl says, why do so many conservative women think it is their place to tell their husband when he is and is not following God? Blows my mind. Conservative women are so out of order. If you're in a relationship, both of you are Christians, it's kind of implied you will both be having these conversations. Maybe you should be reading your Bible more. Maybe you should be going to church more. Now, what this guy says, Frank Pellegrino, my wife and I have conversations about helping each other live our best lives with and through God. I hope and pray that you will have that someday. Finding a partner who has your back and wants to join you in heaven someday. Okay, that's a sweet comment, right? Well, no. Pearl says, your wife is an overweight 40-year-old who chose you after 15 years of doing God knows what. If you ever leave her good graces, her army of friends will treat you the same way they treat me. He goes, how do you get so triggered when I literally said I would pray that you find a partner in life? Someone says, oh well, Pearl, you're almost 30 and don't even have a boyfriend. I wouldn't be so quick to judge women who get married later in life. You may find yourself in the same boat. And I agree, because how are you out here giving advice? That's what your business is. Like, in many ways, Pearl is a girl boss, okay? She's not a trad wife. She's not taking on the traditional, feminine role, which is nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. She's making money. She is girl bossing. That is what she's doing, which is fine. But how are you going to then judge other women who are actually in many ways more traditional than you, but are getting married later in life, are encouraging their husbands to follow God? I mean, this is so weird. It's so weird. And then these attacks on random women's bodies. Like, it's one thing to mention if, let's say, she talks about weight a lot. It's one thing to say, yeah, we shouldn't be glorifying obesity. That's dangerous. That's not good for society, which I 100% agree with. But then with things that someone cannot change, like their age, their facial features, what's the point of that? The way that she's talking about this is very shallow.
You're saying it's irrational for a guy to demand his wife stay a certain weight. Why?
During their entire marriage.
Why? Why is that wrong?
Because
I've seen women do it.
Would you like me to answer the question?
Go ahead.
Okay. Because biologically, our bodies change over time. They'll naturally gain and lose weight in different circumstances, and your worth as a spouse, whether you are a husband or a wife, is not derived by your weight. That's just a shallow thing.
It's your job to be attractive.
I think each one should be merciful, knowing that time and age come for all of us.
This one really confuses me. It says, no religion on earth has ever honored women as much as Christianity does. And she goes, exactly. They worship women, not God. She claims to be a Catholic. But this is very confusing. This is not sounding like someone who knows anything about their faith. So Chrissy, I'm not familiar with her, but she says, I could roast you, but I'd rather say that even though you might not think so, you are worthy of love, pearly things. The fact that you get this triggered over someone praying you find a husband tells me you don't feel worthy of it. But you are. Everyone is. In case you didn't know, Pearl is not married. And it's a bit interesting because if you're going to be listening to someone who is giving marriage advice, they should probably be married. Now, it's different than just saying, this is a problem I'm noticing in society and most people can agree with me that this is an issue, versus step by step how to have a healthy relationship, how to be the perfect wife, what women are doing wrong, what men are doing wrong when you're not even married. It's a bit weird. So that's what she says. She prays that Pearl can find a husband. And she says, let's all pray for Pearl tonight that she finds the love of her life this year. A guy who will love all 7 feet of her chili. Wait, what? All 7 feet of her chili refrigerator body and melt her prickly disposition? Girl, what? Okay, you were doing so well in the first part of that. At first I was like, oh great, she's being the bigger person. But no. And then people go out and attack Pearl's appearance, which again, it's so juvenile. I feel like I'm in high school. I feel like this is some petty, like, oh yeah, well you're ugly. And it's not just that. It's like when we're talking about things someone cannot change, like their facial structure, unless you want to go the plastic surgery route. It's like, how low can you go? Reminds me of what was happening at the House hearing. I'll show you some clips in case you haven't seen it.
Well, you the one talking about,
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are going to move and we're going to take your words down.
I second that.
No way these are actual adults.
Just to better understand your ruling, if someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Honestly, as entertaining as it might be, it's really embarrassing for the country.
That would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
And that's all for today's video, guys. Please let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Also, like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And you can follow me on my other social media platforms in the description. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.